Really appreciate you joining me today. This first story comes from Essex and it's about a cocaine dealer's operation that was revealed after police stopped him during an operation called Raptor. The police in Harlow solely were tackling county lines drug dealing in Essex, and the operation worked with Harlow local policing, and it saw 23-year-old Marshall Bartram caught and put behind bars this week. On the 11th of February 2025, police stopped Marshall after he was linked to an unrelated matter. They spotted two men in a potential drug deal in the local town, and they approached Bartram and detained him for a search. Marshall confessed to the police that he was carrying cocaine and was promptly arrested on suspicion of possession of Class A drugs with intent to supply. A large amount of cash, suspected to be £10,000 as well, was found alongside 160 grams of cocaine. A nearby address in Harlow linked to Bartram was searched, and a further cash and a large brick of cocaine was also seized. Following further investigation by police, Bartram, of no fixed abode, was charged with possession with intent to supply Class A drugs and possession of criminal property. He appeared to be sentenced at Chelmsford Magistrates earlier this month and was jailed for 3 years and 10 months. Detective Inspector Richard Trower from Operation West said our team's efforts work closely with local and neighbourhood policing to bring drug dealers blighting our towns to justice. This was a significant sentence for someone with no prior convictions and of a relatively young age. The strength of the sentence shows how strongly the courts will take drug dealing, particularly when such large quantities of cash and drugs are involved. So I look forward to hearing what viewers have to say on that story. And staying in Essex for this next story about a man that was arrested with a knife after a chase with police after dangerous driving.
We're directly behind the subject vehicle. We've got a right to right. Vehicle's coming to a stop, stand by. Kingsland. Yes, stand by, vehicle plate, stop. Entering road, speed currently 60. Speed currently 70. Hospital on standby, give me a ticket. Put up the chain, just stay there, do not move! Mate, stay on the floor! Seize officer, put your hands up! Hands! He's throwing a knife in that bush. He's thrown what I believe to be a knife into the bushes and past.
It's a lucky knife, isn't it? So I look forward to hearing what viewers' thoughts are on that story. And in some other news, an Essex police officer, who has now been fired, has been convicted and jailed for 4.5 years for a series of online child sex offences. PC Mark Ling, 38 years old, from Ipswich, had pled guilty to 8 counts of sexual communication with a child and 1 count of engaging a child in sexual activity on the 18th of January. A reporting restriction was in place to prevent the details of the guilty plea being published, as there was ongoing related matters. He would later be charged with 4 counts of sexual communication with another child, and he admitted 2 of those charges at the same court the month after, and another 2 on the 10th of February. The charges all relate to the investigation into his online activities between Ling and underage girls. Detectives went through the painstaking task of identifying the children involved, locating them, and also speaking to them and making them safe. On the 1st of May, he was sentenced to 4.5 years in jail. Chief Constable Ben Julian Harrington said, "I want to pay tribute to the brave victims who have come forward and spoke to us about Mark Ling's actions. I want to thank those who identified him and spoke to us and trusted us with the information and to deal with this dreadful case." Ling was dismissed from Essex Police following an accelerated hearing on the 17th of December 2024 by the Chief Constable at the time, Ben Julian Harrington. A reporting restriction was put in place until the conclusion of the criminal proceedings. The hearing at Essex Police Headquarters heard allegations that from March 2021 till February 2023, Ling had fake personas online and he engaged in conversations with children. The allegations included that he used another person's identity without their consent, and the allegations were proven and he was dismissed without notice. So I think that story is really important to share, so make sure you please share these stories as well to social media, and you can @ Scarcity Studios on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, every social media you can find us on, to make sure that these stories are heard and everybody is aware. And for this next story, we're going to go to Cambridge, where a teenager who was acting suspiciously in a shopping centre was found carrying 2 weapons in Wisbech town centre.
Right, guys.
Benton 90, do you have cameras in that location?
Yeah, baby, I got all 3 of them. Yeah. Right.
Just confirm your location for me, 186.
I'm at the gardens outside the White Line Hotel.
Copy, Benton 90, Benton 90, BD. Copy.
What's that to you?
Okay, mate. Fella, show me your hands. Get on the floor now, please, officer with a taser. Get on the floor now! You as well, get on the floor! Get on the floor!
Get away from me.
Yeah, BB, Mel's red dot, he's got a cosh on him.
I'm really confused.
I'm on the phone to my kid.
I can't lie.
What the
Have you detained it?
He's got a cosh in that bag, that jacket.
Can I move away?
Yeah.
Do not move. Do not move.
Fella, you're under arrest for offensive weapon in a public place. Not saying anything may harm you. Thanks for mentioning my questions in the late court. And if you do something, get evidence. Give your hands. Yes, please, mate. Over there. Get over there. Get over there!
Stand by, Dr. Romeo 186, 186,
I'm not getting involved or anything, pal, yeah, but she has not come over here. And in all fairness, he did actually buy that coat earlier, but...
Dr. Romeo 396.
Come here. Come here.
Don't me. That's just my blanket, mate.
Okay, but he passed you the coat. Come over here.
It's not me. It's not me, mate, honestly. I swear to God. I don't know what's in the coat. It's not mine, mate. I don't know what's in the coat, mate.
Sit down.
Please.
Sit down.
Oh.
Yeah, BB, what's the exact location?
Mate, it's nothing to do with
Outside the
me.
White Line.
Yeah, we're outside the White Line Hotel, BB. Male's got a large Rambo knife and a cosh on him.
Me, mate. I didn't know what was in there.
Yeah, copied. All officers okay?
Yeah, tank of taser, he has been red dotted.
Copy.
The 16-year-old, also from Wisbech, could not be named for legal reasons, but he was arrested in Summers Road, Wisbech, on the 27th of February 2025 after police received reports from 2 security officers in nearby Horsefair shopping centre that 2 people were acting suspicious with weapons. Police searched the area and came across the boy, and he matched the description given by security. Along with a man and a woman that was in a gated area next to the White Line Hotel. As police told the boy he was about to be searched, he took off his coat and handed it to the woman. However, officers spotted a police-style baton poking out of the pocket and also a Rambo-style knife. The teenager was charged in possession of the offensive weapon in a public place and also possession of a bladed article in a public place, and admitted both in court. He appeared at Huntington's Magistrates Court, where he was sentenced to 8-month referral order for first-time offenders. It will require him to attend a youth panel, and it comprises of 2 members of the local community and an advisor from the youth offending team, and they would agree a contract of commitments. PC Ryan Windus, who investigated, said, "This was a great spot by security officers who acted on their instincts and called the police straight away." So do you think that sentence was justified? Do you think that people should get longer for first time offending if they're caught with a weapon such as a knife? Or do you think it's fair? Please let me know in the comments below.
Oh, hello. I'm here.
What are you doing?
I don't know. I coming, because I found key, here. I found key and I come. No.
What are you doing in here?
And for this final story, we're going to stay in Cambridge, and it's about a woman who was employed at a supported living facility in Peterborough, and she's been banned from working in care settings again after she was caught burgling one of the flats. Modesta Calbsate, 36 years old, was caught in the act after one of the tenants hatched a plan with their friend to catch whoever was stealing money from the purse. The victim, who was in their late 60s, had left the flat to go to bingo in the community lounge on the evening of the 21st of February last year, when she returned home to notice that her purse had gone from under the coffee table and also money was missing. The following day, when she came home from the bingo, she noticed the same thing, but even more money was missing. She told her fellow residents, and they came up with a plan to catch the offender in the act. The victim would go to the bingo as normal, and the friend would hide inside the flat. The following Thursday, the friend was hiding in the flat at about 7 p.m. when she heard somebody enter it and started rummaging around the living room table. She started filming her on her mobile phone, and she confronted her, and she claimed that she was just returning keys to the tenants. Calbsate, who was arrested at her home in Milford, Peterborough on the 16th of April last year, and she was interviewed, and she said that she was cleaning in the communal area when she knocked over a plant pot and some keys had fallen out. She used them to try to open the door of a nearby flat with the intention of returning them to the owner, but she was confronted by the woman inside. Calbsate was released on bail pending further inquiries that was carried out, and she was charged with burgling the dwelling and also the theft of £500 in cash. She admitted this in court at Peterborough, and she was jailed for 10 months in prison, suspended for 2 years, and must complete 100 hours of work and 20-day rehabilitation order. So this story is incredibly scary, especially if your relative is staying in supported housing and you have to trust the people that clean the rooms to be able to be honest and also to not attempt to steal from you. So I really look forward to hearing what viewers have to say on that story and every other story featured. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe, and follow on social media as well at Scarcity Studios, and I'll be back again very shortly with some more news.